Today we're making soft homemade flour tortillas with lard. Simple ingredients, traditional technique, and once you try them, you won't go back to store-bought. There's really only one thing that matters when you're making these tortillas, and it starts with being precise. Today I'm weighing out 300 grams of flour. I always use a scale when I bake or make dough, it's just more accurate. Then we'll add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt. Give that a quick mix so everything is evenly combined. And now we bring in the lard. Once the lard is in, start working it into the flour with your fingers. You want to break it up and really coat the flour evenly. Take your time here. This should turn into a sandy, almost grainy consistency. This step takes a couple minutes, and it's worth doing it well. While you're doing that, you can go ahead and start heating up your water on the stove. Around 110 to 120 degrees. It should feel hot to touch, but not scalding. Now we'll add the hot water to the bowl. You're looking for the dough to come together into a soft, shaggy mass. For me, it ended up being just a little under 7/8 of a cup. Every dough you make ends up being a little different, so just add enough water until the dough comes together. Work the water in until the dough just starts to come together. You're not looking for it to be perfectly smooth yet, just combined. Now we'll lightly flour our work surface and transfer the dough onto it. I usually start with a little more flour than I think I'll need, and then I'll brush that extra off to the side. That way I'm not working too much flour into the dough. Your dough should look like this, soft, smooth, and easy to press in. Now we'll divide the dough into 8 equal pieces. I like to cut it in half, then half again, and then in half one more time until I have 8 equal pieces. I really like using my butcher block and bench scraper for this. It gives me a big surface to work with and it makes it easy to control the cuts. Now we'll take each piece and shape it into a smooth ball. I keep my hand curved, almost like I'm holding a ball. Gently press with your middle fingers down and you use your pinky and your thumb to guide it, keeping the dough tucked underneath. That tension is what creates a smooth, even ball. And like anything, it just takes a little practice to learn how much pressure to use. Now we'll cover these 8 dough balls with a towel and let them rest at room temperature for at least 30 minutes. This gives the gluten time to relax, and when the gluten relaxes, the tortillas roll out much easier. After they've rested, gently press each dough ball flat with your hand. Then roll them out on your work surface. As I roll, you'll notice I lift the dough and reposition each time. That keeps it from sticking to the board without having to add more flour. And the less extra flour you work in, the more tender these tortillas will be. It takes a little while to roll out all 8, so just take your time. While you're working, you can go ahead and start heating your pan as well. I like using a cast iron skillet because it holds heat well and it stays evenly hot. Set it to about medium heat and let it fully warm up before you start cooking. When the tortilla hits the pan, you should hear it sizzle immediately. And you'll start to see bubbles form on the surface almost right away. This is another reason we avoided using too much flour when rolling. If excess flour gets into the pan, it can burn and create bitter spots. We just want the dough cooking, not loose flour. Cook all 8 tortillas the same way. As they come off the pan, stack them on a plate and cover them with a clean towel. That helps trap the heat and keep them soft and pliable and warm. If you enjoy watching videos like this, make sure you hit subscribe and gather at our table. We'd love to have you here.